Hey everybody, I like to use Tokonole to finish my edges. It's a burnishing gum from Japan. Most of the time I use the clear burnishing gum, but it's a little known fact that they actually make a brown and black tinted burnishing gum as well. In this video, we're going to talk about the differences between the three and when you should use them. The first and classic is the clear Tokonole. Now, this is not only used for the edges of the leather, but it also can be used for the back as well. To do an edge, we just put a little bit of the Tokonole on and spread it. And then we go in with our burnisher, or our slicker, and we slick down that edge. Now, unlike water, Tokonole contains different materials that will actually sit on top of the grain and seal in the leather, so that if you were to get water or anything on top of it, nothing can penetrate through. So as you can see, on a natural veg tan, a brown, or a black, if we use the clear Tokonole, we're just going to basically see through to the natural beauty of the leather. But what if you want to use a tinted Tokonole to either finish the back of the leather or finish the sides of a dyed leather? Let's look at what that looks like. Let's look at the black Tokonole first. The black Tokonole is, as it says, it's Tokonole with black dye in it, and it's good for dark leathers. To apply it, it's the same as the clear. We're just going to apply some on the edge. And you can see we have a little bit of a white core in this piece of leather. Now that's going to be covered up, and when we go in to burnish, you won't see that white core anymore. There we go. The one thing you want to be careful of is if you use any Tokonole that is darker than the color of leather you're using, it will dye any grain that it gets on. So if you're not going to be super careful, you probably want to do your best to match the color of the Tokonole or the shade of the Tokonole with the shade of the leather you're using. Now, can we use black Tokonole on a brown leather? We absolutely can, but I would stick to using it to slick the back of your leather. This is a really cool effect that you can get. If we apply the black Tokonole to the back of a brown leather and we let it set up a little bit, then we take the flat side of our edge slicker. We can actually slick this to a nice black finish. Now that's not only going to seal up the back of our leather, but it's also going to give us a cool contrast to the front of our leather, which, this is a glued together piece, is brown. Now let's check out what the brown does to a brown piece of leather, and we'll also see what slicking the flesh side of a piece of leather with a light colored tone of Tokonole does to the leather. We'll take some of our brown Tokonole, and I'm going to apply it to the edge of this brown leather. Now I have this piece glued with the flesh side out, because we're going to end up finishing not only the edge, but the flesh as well. So the first thing we'll do is we'll go in and we'll round off that edge and we'll burnish it. Then, unlike the other side where we have the black, which is a contrast to the brown, we'll use this brown to finish the back side of this leather so you can see that while it darkens it a little bit, it really just kind of evens it out. This is great for the inside of bags where you don't want to use extra material to line the bag, or maybe your leather is thick enough and you don't want to make it even heavier using more leather. You can simply use a light colored Tokonole, apply it, slick it down, and this is a great way to finish the back of the leather without lining it.